And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, guys. And welcome to Let's Chat Live with Tina. So, I haven't been on this particular platform for a while. I'm streaming on my business page today, just from StreamYard. So, I wanted to try this out again. But yeah, I thought I'd come on and see how you all doing. So my name's Tina Willis, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm an online digital business coach and mentor. And what I do is I help people globally to set up a legitimate business in the online space. It's for those of you who want to work online and be your own boss. And it's for those of you who want to create an income for yourselves and your family above and beyond what you normally create for yourselves with your daytime jobs. So today, wow, it's hot here in the UK, guys. It's absolutely scorchio. It's fabulous. But it is very, very hot. We're not used to it. And I am going to have to get used to it because tomorrow morning, my hubby and I are flying out to Florida for a week. We are going to meet our business partners over there at the USA Gather and Grow, which I am so excited about. I really am excited. And I have got the ultimate pleasure of actually presenting on stage as one of the speakers, all about mindset and the law of attraction, because mindset is the secret ingredient. In fact, there's no secret about it, guys. It's the main ingredient of how we live our lives. And or for all of those who know me, you know that's what I am all about, because I've been on that journey. So today, I thought I would come to you, and I can see there's a few people watching, so please let me know where you're coming from. Let me know what you're up to, and also let me know what you think about what I am going to talk about today. So, what I am going to talk about is because I've had some interesting conversations lately. Conversations about opportunities, conversations about change, conversations about creating a different future for yourselves. And today, something keeps coming up because people want certainty. That's a big word, isn't it? Certainty. They want to know how everything works in the online space before they even take a step towards it. They want all the answers. They want all the guarantees, and they want to know that there's no risk. And as human beings, honestly, I completely understand that, because I used to be exactly the same. And so many people in this community and in this business felt exactly like everybody feels. It's normal. When I was working in corporate, and please let me know where you're coming from, but when I was working in corporate, when I was stressed and exhausted and wondering if life was going to always look the way it did, I wanted certainty too. I wanted somebody to tell me, Tina, this is definitely going to work. Or, Tina, you will definitely succeed. Or, Tina, nothing's going to go wrong, But the reality is, and here's what I have learned, is that life doesn't work like that. Nothing is certain in this life, Think about it. Did you know that your relationship would always work, before you committed to it? Did you know that your marriage was going to work out before you committed to it? Did you know that your partnerships were going to work out before you committed to them? Did you know for certainty that your kids would turn out okay? We all hope and pray for it, but we don't know for certain, do we? Did you know for certainty that your job would always be there? And here's the thing, everybody thinks that they're infallible. Everybody thinks that their career and their job is secure. But let's face it, it ain't. It ain't secure. So did you know for certainty that your job was going to be secure? No, absolutely not. Hiya, Jen. Good afternoon to you, lovely lady. Did you know for certainty that the economy was going to behave itself? No, of course not. And yet we still make decisions, because certainty isn't what moves us all forward, guys. It's faith. Now, when I say faith, I don't necessarily mean religion. I mean, believing in the possibility of something before you can see the outcome. Let that land a bit. Believing in the responsibility, before the possibility, sorry, before you see the outcome. Ciao, Annalisa from Italy. Love you loads. Um, you know, it's about the belief and believing that something better might exist for you out there. Believing that your future doesn't have to look exactly like your present. You know what I mean? And I think that's where so many people get stuck in themselves because they tell us that themselves, like, I'll do it when I know more about this business. I'll do it when I feel ready. I'll do it when life calms down. I'll do it when I have more confidence. Oh my goodness. If I could put a pound on every time I heard that, I'll do it when I feel ready. I do it when I feel more confident. I do it when I know more about this business. I'd be a millionaire right now, But the thing is, what if life never calms down? All right. What if you're never feeling ready? What if you never truly know more until you take action to find out for yourself? Because it's like watching a movie. You don't watch the end before you watch the beginning, don't do you? You don't watch the middle before you watch the beginning. You go through a process, and this business is exactly the same thing. You go through a process. You start at the beginning. You pay the $149. You watch all the pre-coaching videos. You decide if it's for you, and then you book your coaching call. That is the process, guys. Just like watching a movie. All right. And here's the thing. What if being ready to do something is something we become rather than something we feel? I often speak to people who say to me, Tina, I just need more time. The reality is we don't know if we've got more time. We think we're going to live forever. Who knows what tomorrow will bring, you know? And I get it, because sometimes that could be true. Sometimes it could be that they've got a lot of work going on in their lives and that they're not quite focused yet on this. But sometimes what they're really and truly saying is, I'm scared. I'm fearful. And that's okay, because that's normal. Do you think that myself and some of the people who are watching here in this global community of 300,000 people weren't scared when they started? Of course they were. Every significant decision I have ever made in my life involved fear. That's a fact. Leaving the corporate life was fearful. Starting my online business was fearful. Standing in front of hundreds of people talking about mindset on a global stages is still fearful, And I remember when I actually met Jay Shetty, and what a wonderful man he was. And he said to me, keep that fear because it shows you care. And that's what I do, because if I can help one person with what I do, I've done my job. I am still full of butterflies before I get on the stage. I know that this weekend my stomach is going to be churning. Is that going to stop me doing it? Absolutely not. Good afternoon, Adriana. Thank you. A very hot Windsor and a very hot Wales as well. Starting this business, I'm not ready, I'm fear, but I took action. Exactly, Jen. The thing is, when you look at everything, when I look at everything I've done in my life that's come from fear, and all the decisions I've made where I've been fearful, I've just recently launched a podcast. 3 weeks in, was I fearful when I started? Absolutely. I kept thinking nobody's going to watch me, nobody's going to like it, and it's gaining traction, and I love it because I'm helping people. I wrote a book. You can't probably see it because it's got the thing. This is me, but it's all about you. Was it fearful when I launched it? Absolutely. It was fearful, but I did it. Fear's not the problem, guys. The question is whether we allow fear to become our decision maker. That's the question. Oh, thank you, Adriana. Thank you so much. You know, one of the most powerful questions that I ask people is this: if nothing changed for you over the next 12 months, would you be happy? Hey, kid, would you be happy? Not next week, not next month, 12 months. Would you be happy with where you are if nothing changed in 12 months? Because most people don't need another year. They need a different year. They need a different year where they're living the life that they truly want to live, you know? And now that doesn't mean everybody should start an online business, guys. No, absolutely not. It doesn't mean everybody should make the same choices that I've made. But what it means is that we owe it to ourselves to be honest with what we want in life, and are you generally just going to wait for the right time? Or are you just going to wait to be certain? Because certainty is a moving target, and if we're not careful, we can spend years waiting for conditions that never arrives. Never arrives. We can wait years for that, So today, I just want to leave you with a simple thought. All right. Maybe the goal isn't to become certain. Maybe the goal is simply to become brave enough to explore what's possible for you. Maybe it's time to start saying, do you want a new chapter for your life? Because every new chapter starts with a question. What if? And sometimes that's the question that can change everything. What if I succeed? What if I'm capable? What if I'm valuable? What if I am more stronger than I absolutely think? That's the question that can change everything. So thank you for joining me today. We are all valuable, but without action we'll be faded. Yeah, absolutely, Adriana. And my question I just want to leave you with, guys, is have you ever delayed something because you were waiting for certainty? Let me know in the comments, because it'd be interesting to hear. So this is me, Tina Willis, coming to you from my business page, but this is all about you guys. So take care. If you're here in the UK or anywhere in Europe, stay cool. Stay cool, because it's roasting hot here. But yeah, Kit, you'll never know if you're not going to try. And that's a fact. And also, if you're looking for an online business, if you come across this video, this live in your feed, and I will be sharing it on my personal page and on LinkedIn, if you come across this on your feed, then know that you've been looking for something for you. But also, if you want to check my podcast out, it's on YouTube and Spotify. And my book, This Is Me, But It's All About You, Tina Willis, is on Amazon. So take advantage of it, guys, and look after yourselves. And I will see you all soon. As I say, I will be flying out tomorrow to Florida to meet my business partners. I am so excited. I'm still going to catch up on a couple of bits of packing, but everything's looking good. So take care. The next time I will connect with you will be from the sunny, glorious USA. So bye for now, everybody. Much love from me.